all your documents of approval for this course. So I'm just going to share a few things about myself in order for you to know who are you listening to and who is sharing some of the work about the teaching practice of English. And please, if you have any more questions when I finish with this, feel free to ask. Go ahead. My name is Luis Humberto Tarango Avila. I would rather prefer for you to call me as Teacher Tarango if that's okay with you. I don't have any problem if you call me Humberto or Tarango, whatever. Just to keep it in the academic way, just go with Teacher Tarango, and that'll be more than enough. Just to share some about my educational background with you. I have a master's degree in educational procedures from Universidad Iberoamericana here in Torreón, Coahuila. I have a bachelor's degree in education, foreign language, from Escuela Normal Superior de la Laguna, cursos regulares, in Gómez Palacio, Durango. I'm from Torreón, Coahuila, but we live in a urbanized region here that we call Comarca Lagunera. I don't know if you have heard of it. Have you heard of it before? Have you been here? Anyone?
No.
No.
Oh, well, yes.
No, teacher.
Okay. I think it's most probable that Gómez Palacio will not be like in any Google Maps recent search, but I think Torreón will be. So it's basically Torreón, that it's from the state of Coahuila, and then we have Gómez Palacio and Lerdo, that are the cities from the state of Durango. It's basically you just have to jump a bridge of 2 minutes in a car, and you will be in a different state, but you will be in an immediate city of Torreón. So that's the joint of those three cities will be Comarca Lagunera. So I was born in Torreón. I took my studies in Gómez Palacio, and I'm a teacher at Escuela Normal de Lerdo, or Instituto de Estudios Superiores de Educación Normal, General Lázaro Cárdenas del Río in Lerdo City. More about my educational background. I'm a Spanish certified teacher, something like that. I took a training or a boot camp that is like an intensive course at Instituto Cervantes in the city of London. That was like a special program from Embajada de España and Consejería de Educación en Reino Unido y República Irlanda. I had the opportunity to be there like, I think it's been like 5 years now. So I have that. I have a C1 Advanced Cambridge English CAE. I have a Cambridge English Level 1 certificate in ESOL. And I also work for the TIP program into 2016 for teaching for academic purposes. I work in the University of Guelph in Ontario, Canada. And we were taking training courses, and at the same time, we were working for the university. As you will know, most of us English teachers were supposed to be teaching with this certification. So I have the TKTs, and I took a ESL program certificate as well back in 2006 when I was studying my Escuela Normal. I interrupted my studies, and then I went there and spent a year and a half taking classes at Downey, California. So my teaching background, sorry, I'm missing a letter over there. Let me just go with who's... Right before coming to Escuela Normales, I was working as a principal at Escuela Secundaria Técnica número 22. That was in another region from Durango that is called Las Nieves, near Chihuahua. Pretty cold, empty, hollow, sad village, but it was good. I spent there like 3 months, so it was more than enough. I've been an English teacher for the BIS program at Universidad Tecnológica de la Laguna Durango here in Lerdo. I was a Spanish teacher at Winchmore School in the Modern Foreign Language Department in London, England. I spent a year teaching Spanish in London. English teacher for the T program in the University of Guelph, Ontario, Canada. I was an English teacher for Business English in Grupo Lala here in Torreón. English teacher for the English certifications in Universidad La Salle Laguna in Gómez Palacio. And well, that's basically my resume that I was supposed to introduce or present to the class. Do you have any more questions?
No, teacher.
No.
No, teacher.
No,
All right.
teacher.
I'm sorry if my camera is like, I think my camera is not working properly, and I'm going to be like talking, but you will see my movements later. So that's going to be weird. Don't pay attention to that. And I think I'll probably turn it off in order not to distract you. All right, so let me talk to you right now about this course and the work that we are going to be doing. What's going on? Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, I think we're in. This is foundational skills for the English language teaching practice. So what I will try to do here is to take you through the whole body of the course, the main ideas we're going to be working with and sharing, and what I attempt to do with this space for this course is just to share with you what I think are like the basics, ideas, approaches, and techniques and reflexive ideas about teaching English in the public system here in Mexico. I'm going to be sharing all my experience from my point of view. I've been a secondary teacher, university teacher, primary teacher, teaching English, but maybe some of you will have like different backgrounds teaching, doing your practicum, I don't know. So it will be very valuable, and I think will be real. I will really appreciate it if through the entire course, through the journey of this course, you will stop and share some experiences you have related to the different topics we're going to be working with. So this is foundational skills. Let me talk to you about the course description. This course is specifically designed to support training teachers in the Escuelas Normales in Mexico to help achieve their goal of creating effective English lessons among the different stages of their academic journey to receive a bachelor's degree in education. The course will focus on a second language, acquisition theories, and application, teaching methodologies with a focus on classroom management. We will be talking a lot about classroom management, especially right now about all the political agenda and social, I wouldn't call it disruptions, but like social phenomena that we're watching right now in the medias, in the news all the time about gender, being politically correct about a person's identity, personality, and all that. Classroom atmospheres and lifelong teaching practices. I would like to start this intervention with you with this quote, and it's from one of my favorite authors. This guy is a principal in the city of Arkansas in the United States, if I'm not mistaken. He started it as I don't think as a janitor. I think he started as a teacher, and then since then he's been quite famous for publishing some real good books about what I will call like the real things that matter when it comes to teaching. He's always like trying to push the agenda about all the desk work, the paperwork that a teacher must do in order to fulfill the main activities, but how this scenario most of the times will be affecting like your overall performance as a teacher in the classroom with the students. So as him, I consider myself really passionate about building relationships with students. I can tell you right now, working in Normal Superior, it's quite a challenge. I think it's double the challenge because at the same time you're working with students, but you're also preparing future teachers. So it's quite demanding, and I learn a lot every day about sending people to be in front of other people, about teaching people, about teaching another people, and that's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of I don't know, like different ideas, different approaches, realities, situations that come every day, especially right now since we're trying to figure it out everything after the pandemic, which it isn't over, but I think, I don't know, we maybe feel like we're about to jump that long bridge. So this is a quote from Danny Steele, and it says, "Good teachers understand how to communicate their content, but great teachers understand how to connect with their kids." What do you think about this quote? Any ideas, anything that you would like to share with this? Good teachers understand how to communicate their content, but great teachers understand how to connect with their kids. In your experience, since you're about to, I don't know which semester most of you will be, but in your experience so far as teacher trainees, do you identify with this? Do you think it's relatable? Do you think it's practical to think this way? Let me hear you. What do you have to say about this quote from Danny Steele? Sorry. Yes. Thank you, Daphne. I don't know what's wrong with my computer, to be honest. It's because it seems like when I activate my camera, the sharing screen will be like, turn it off. Let me share it again. Sorry. So my apologies for not opening my camera. I don't know what's going on. I think it's there. I'll try to access from my phone to see if I can see you guys with my screen phone. Let's see if I can do it. Oh my God. Sorry. This is not working. Give me 1 second, you guys. All right, last attempt. Can you hear me from there?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Much
Yes.
better.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll proceed. I'm so sorry. I have a whole mess with my computer today. So I was telling you, come on, try to give me your ideas. I think Daphne was asking for the screen. The screen is right there. So what do you think about this? Good teachers understand how to communicate their content. Great teachers understand how to connect with their kids. Come on, don't be shy.
Teacher, me,
Yes.
María del Carmen Torres.
Hi, Carmen. Yes.
Well, I think both ideas are very good and they are complement about not only good teachers are about the content and another to their kids. So maybe it's a good one idea to get together and go ahead with the situation.
Where do you consider yourself, Carmen? Like you are like right in the middle, or you will have like a predilect or like a most likable side, like
Well,
content or connection?
Well, one of them about the content, you can share ideas and whatever, no? But they connect with the kids. Maybe you can connect with their emotions, their feelings, and maybe more confident, no? Could it be?
Yes, I think I agree with you. I think most of the times, and especially with languages, I think the emotional or the affectionate approach you use for the class to teach the class, it has to be a lot about the outcomes. You know, like the results that you will be having. I think it's quite simple. If you are a stress German teacher, Italian teacher, English teacher, because you're stressed because your student doesn't learn or know the language as you will be expecting to, I think that will be the first thing your students will notice, and from that point, from that place, there's no way back. Like for me, it goes like that. I feel maybe that's why I identify myself a lot with this author. Like in like long story short, Danny still will be saying like, okay, I get it. You have like a whole syllabus, you have a whole curriculum to be working with, but where is your joyful side of teaching, or where is your main purpose of doing this every day, from Monday to Friday, 5 hours a day? Like, have you lost connection with that purpose, or you put it right in front of the desk every time you get inside a classroom? And I consider yourselves teachers already. I mean, you're teacher trainees, but I think I can call you my colleagues. So that's what I'm asking you. That's why I'm asking you this quote. What do you think about it? Like, because I consider that you have had the experience so far to really feel, how does it feel to seeing your students lack of motivation or lack of attention, but maybe going deeper in your persona, how does it feel to lack of self motivation about the practice that you're doing? So that's kind of the idea of what I'm trying to get you here. I will try to set the theory and set ideas about different approaches and methodologies, which is like the basic or like the roots of any good English practice. But how, in the middle of this whole mess that we're living right now in schools, uh, how does it make any sense when you go to your practicum and you have to be in front of a class and you have to like take all these suggestions and rubrics and elements into your lesson planning, and it'll seem that everyone, like the principal, the practicas teacher, the English teacher in the public system, everyone will be like expecting you to perform these like amazing, excellent lesson plans, but maybe you're losing the point of what are you doing, what you're doing. If you're doing it in a compulsory, mandatory way, perhaps you will not find the best outcomes or more opportunities to modify or to simplify or to relax about what you are doing. So we're trying to get there. Thank you, Carmen. Anyone else would like to share something about this quote?
Me, teacher.
Yes, Eric. Thank you.
Yeah. Personally, I'm keen on connecting with the kids because in my last practices, I was talking to them about
Yes.
their feelings, about how how would be a good class for them, and how can they would good feel at the end of the class, and most of them told me that they got stressed because the teacher didn't didn't know how to teach correctly the content. So I think we as a teacher got the duty to make make a teaching environment to enrich not only the content or the knowledge for the students, but also the emotional part. Because most of them told you that are I don't know, that are in a bad moment or in a rough mm, emotional situation, and you don't you don't know what to do to with it. So that's it.
Thank you, Eric. I don't know if you agree with me, but I think right now schools will I don't know, schools have become like the ultimate space for humans or for people to get some attention that for many other reasons they're not getting home. Like, and I think it's something more visible right now than before, because before we didn't have students talking about, I don't know, perhaps some of your students told you, Eric, stress, anxiety, insomnia, any other like mental illness situations. And I think it's quite double the challenge. How can you, like, for example, you as a trainee teacher, how can you focus on teaching English in an overall perspective, but at the same time trying to overflow or like to put together all the pieces for your students and their different realities? So yeah, and I think the key word here will be personal learning environments or classroom atmospheres or classroom connections. I think that makes all the difference. You can still be teaching in a massive technological, state of the art way with the ultimate English method. But if you have any lack of connection with your students, at the end of the day, it would not make like the same difference. So yeah, I'm trying to get there. Thank you very much. Anyone else that would like to share something?
Thank you.
Yes, Eileen, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with this, with the quote. It's really important to understand how to connect with their kids, because not only you're going to share the knowledge with the kids, you're gonna share experience, emotions, feelings, and we also learn through this. Yeah, this is my opinion.
Thank you very much. I think it's Kitsia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Um, I think, and I was thinking about it, and I know all of us, we are teachers. In my case, I trainee teacher, and I have a content of English, and I'm learning about it. But when I connect with my students in these days, I'm so happy because I know about the English, and they know, but they feel sad or maybe embarrassed because they don't know anything. And I create environmental environments about they feel good. And for me, it's more important to connect with this for the feelings or emotions, because I think the learning it's better when they feel good or happy, and maybe they enjoy the class. And I feel really really happy because they remember some they remember better when they enjoy the classes, because when I ask some about it, the topic or maybe I don't know, the homework, they remember better because they learn with technology tools about I don't know, Facebook, like Instagram, or it can be TikTok. And
Yeah.
I think when the teachers connect with our students or learners, they feel better and they remember that. When they have the contact with the English, they feel better and remember that when she has had a great classes, they feel good and have a security about about their personalities and opportunities, and I'm so happy to that, and that's it.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing this. I think it's quite valuable, and I think you're putting here on the table something quite important. That is, at the end of the day, you're giving your students a good feeling or idea about learning English. That is not going to be that they have to be stressed about it. It's not something that is going to be compulsory or mandatory to do. And I'm not gonna tell you that it's going to be, or that it's been easy to perform all this. I'm quite sure that you have done a lot of activities in order to get there. It's not easy. It's not simple, but I don't know. It's just like I really like to feel, and I can feel that in your words that you really like to see your class, and for you it's quite important to look at your students' faces and make sure they are there with you. I mean, that they are following your class, not because they have to follow your class, but because they're enjoying it and they're having a good time, or they're realizing that they can pronounce a new word without feeling insecure or bullied by someone. So clap on that. Thank you. Thanks for your your sharing. Daphne, yes, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, teacher. Well, I'm actually a teacher. I teach children in
Oh,
an
great.
English class for beginners. And I think that actually it's really important to connect with them because sometimes they are sad or they are kind of mad or they maybe feel uncomfortable with something, and connect with them and make that they talk to you is really important and really beautiful. You feel I don't know, like you feel really, really good when they trust you and they tell like, "Hey, teacher, guess what?" Or "I feeling kind of blue today," or "I'm not okay," or "Everything is a mess right now, teacher." I feel like really important because besides that, they understand my classes and they enjoy being with me and the classes. They also feel that someone is for them. So I think that's really important and that makes a difference.
Yeah, thank you, Daphne. I think we'll close this quote sharing about the thing that you said. It makes a huge difference. To be honest, when I will be telling my students at Escuela Normal, like, come on, people, go out to your practicas and go make a difference. I mean, that sounds quite simple to perform, but for most of them, if I'm sure they're confident about what they're doing or they enjoy being in front of a class, I know for a fact they will try to do anything, like anything, in order to make the class a safe environment and an enjoyable one. So thank you for your opinion too as well, Daphne. All right, we'll continue. Thank you for sharing this, your ideas and your point of views about this quote. Let me tell you about the course topics we're going to be going back and forward. I don't have like a specific or non-flexible line of topics that we have to follow. When I was building up this course, I was just thinking like, okay, they invited me to build it, to create it, and I was just like getting all the resources that I know for a fact that I have been using for time, that have been useful for me for my practice in secondary schools, in primary schools, in university sessions. And that's basically what I'm going to be doing here with you. So as I told you at the beginning of the session, please feel free to ask anything or just to give your ideas or your complementary ideas on anything. I think that's what is going to be the most valuable asset of this course, to listen from all of you, because I have seen your backgrounds. I know that I have people from different schools around Mexico. We have people from Chiapas, Veracruz. I think we have people from Chihuahua, if I'm not mistaken, and state of Mexico and Mexico City. So yeah, just stay tuned. Let me hear you once in a while. So the course topics is going to be, the first one is going to be the second language acquisition theory and practice. Since the course is foundational skills, we're gonna start with the basics that every English functional, effective, passionate teacher should know about. So this is like the Bible for us. We're gonna be talking about it later. We will focus on theories and approaches and practical application in class. What I will be trying to do is, like most of the times when you're reading a textbook or you're checking an research or you're checking a magazine article about the latest trends on English teaching, you will be like watching the whole teaching experience, and you will be reading about how effective it is, and you will be reading that it's based on this or that theory. But most of the times, that happened to me when I was a student, I wouldn't get all these research like, okay, but give me one tiny simple example of how you did it. And that will make a difference for me. Because if you show me how you do it and what are the results you're going to have or that you had in your experience, maybe I can build myself a similar activity or strategy based on what you're saying, what you research, but with my context, with my students in my school, that I know for a fact it's going to be quite different from the one that I work and the ones that you are attending right now. So that's what I will try to do during these sessions. The second topic of the course will be teaching methodology. We're going to talk about the universal course design principles, like here and in China, Indonesia, France, and the States, in Brazil. What are like the universal must do's and don'ts for lesson planning and outcome-based model? When we talk about an outcomes-based model, we're talking about that in your lesson, it's quite visible, easy, and understandable to see that you want your students to produce, to use the output skills of the language and use it. So we're going to be working about that. Number 3, we're going to be checking lifelong teaching practices. We will learn practices to support and develop our work professionally. And we'll be doing some peer work. This is going to get quite interesting because at some point during the course, I will be asking you to work by peers and to pay quite attention to what you're going to do, because later on, you will have to show some recorded evidence of this work you are going to be doing in pairs. And it's going to be basically like a peer observation session, and it's gonna be fun. And lastly, we're gonna talk about the practicum. In the practicum, we will be making sure you're taking on all these elements or all these exercises, examples, theories, all that resonates with you and your teaching practice. You're going to take it to your practicas lessons if you are doing it right now, or you're about to finish them or start them. I don't know. If that's not the case, I'll be probably asking you to do it or to put it into practice with your colleagues or with your classmates at your escuelas normales, and the practicum will be part of the final task and the previous peer work. Students will be asked to video record themselves performing teaching practices or techniques. I repeat.
Sorry, teacher.
Yes.
Are you changing the slides?
Yes. It's not working.
No.
Oh my God! I think my camera it's going nuts. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I wasn't aware that it was not going from slide to slide. What about now? Can you see it, number 4?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, guys. My computer is just having a bad day. It happens all the time. I mean, not all the time, but it happened today. So I was telling you about the practicum. The practicum will be like a space where I will be evaluating your final activities or your outcomes of this course, and it will be really nice if by the end of the lesson you can tell me I'm going to leave you a small survey on Google Classroom, and you will let me know if you have the chance to perform this practicum during your internships, your practicas at Escuelas de Educación Pública, or if you have finished with your practicas, the second plan will be to perform it with your classmates. So start thinking about that, because that's going to be like the final product of this entire course. Let me just check over here. Yes. All right. Now I want to talk to you about the learning objectives for these few sessions we're going to share. Upon completion of this course, you will be able to understand and apply current second language theories in your internship or with your peers. And I mean, I get it. Perhaps some of this content and these theories you have previously worked with during a specific assignment or any specific semester. But the idea of the course is just like to give you a refreshment about all these basic principles, foundational skills or principles to call yourselves English teachers. The second learning objective we have is understand and apply current practices in methodology. It's quite important when you are in front of an audience, in front of a class, to be aware what type of work you're doing, what type of activities or exercises you are performing, and who said that those were a good idea. That's always like a good thing to have in mind all the time. The third outcome will be create lessons based on teaching approaches about class environment and class relationships. I think this was mostly the ideas we were sharing about the Danny Steele quote. It is very, very important to build and to meet. It's like meeting halfway between the theory and the human side of teaching. And lastly will be to implement reflective teaching practices. Where we'll be able to see that? Where will I be able to see this reflection? Well, it will be on the videos you will be sending to me, and I will have the chance to see where are you working or where are you doing your internships, and that will give me an idea if you made any use or you found any useful resource during this course. Got it. Now let's talk about the course evaluation. This is quite important for you because I hope you are taking notes on this, because based on this you will be getting your, it's not going to be a certificate, but it's going to be some sort of like diploma that, according to the HESUM, because we were working with the HESUM people last week, they are being quite serious, let me tell you, about attendance. They're being quite serious about evidence from your work, and quite serious about final evaluations or final assessments. So please do not come later next class. Show up, deliver your work, and be ready to deliver your final evidence, because otherwise you will not be, I mean, it's quite valuable what we're going to discuss and share here every Friday, but at the end of the day, this is also like a push-up, like a really treasurable asset for your path through USICAM. So make the most of it and make sure you pay attention on the deadlines and the amount of the percentage and the evaluation for the course. So this is why this has to be quite clear with all of you. In order to pass, students must achieve an overall grade of 60% and receive no lower than 50% in any given assignment. All right. That's point number one. Make sure of that. If a mark is lower than 50, a student may have one chance to redo the assessment. Every time you send assessment through Google Classroom, you will get feedback and you will get a grade. I'm not supposed to let you know, or you have to be checking all the time, or I'm not the one who is going to inform you if you pass or didn't pass the assignment. It is your responsibility. And how is it going to work? If you get an assessment lower than 50%, you have to resend, or you have one more chance to send your final work, but you will have only one day to do so. By this means, if you have an assessment to deliver on Monday night, you send it on Monday night. By the first hour you receive your evaluation, you will have an entire day to resend the product or the evidence that was lower than 50%. But I'm not the one in charge of letting you know this. You have to be checking. Okay? If you receive an assessment that is lower than 50 and you do not resend the second trial or the second round of your work, you won't have that evaluation, because it won't be considered an assessment evaluation, because it will be lower than 50. So Please make sure about that. The practicum will be marked on a pass or a fail basis. There will be no extra opportunity to redo the practicum. This is why the peer work or the pair work you are going to be working with during the Friday sessions is going to be very, very important. If you don't show in your video evidences the rubric elements, the features, the proper procedures, anything that we will be checking during class that you will be creating or building up with someone else, is going to be it will be better if it's someone from a different school. If you send the video and it doesn't it doesn't reach all the proper elements from the rubric, you won't have a second chance to resend the video because of the time to do the evaluations and to send your results back, because the HESOM is going to give a quite short time to send the results and to put it on a database in order to give your diplomas. So make sure of that. You have to be quite aware of the pair work you are going to do with another classmate, because on your video evidences or your recording evidences, there will be no extra opportunity. So long story short, if you make quite of a mess in your video, chances are you won't get quite a good score on the course. The grades for the course and the practicum will be available January 24th to 28th, 2022. So far, that's what I was told by my school. I don't know if these dates are going to change, if they're going to be moved back to December. That's what I was told by the Department of Teaching at my Escuela Normal. So keep that in mind. In any case that I receive different instructions, I will let you know. Any questions so far about this?
No, teacher.
No, teacher, thank you.
All right, I will continue. Now let's talk about the assessment. How am I going to be evaluating your performance during these Friday sessions? Participation during the lesson or during the session is going to be 25% of it. By participation, I mean giving your opinion or your point of view or discussing the topics with the class. But also it's like the work and the products we are going to be doing during the synchronous session. So let's have one thing clear. We're going to be creating, working, and doing activities live here that you will have to be sending right at the moment. Once that will give measurable time for everyone to do the requested activity. But that's going to be the nature of the session. During the Friday session, we'll be performing different activities, and you will have like, okay, we'll be finishing, we'll be, I don't know, like 2-3 minutes, and I will be telling you, okay, please send your work to Google Classroom, and there will be no deadline for those activities, because those are the ones that are going to give you your 25% fully at the end of the course. So if you are not here one session, if you started the lesson, you answer yes in the attendance list, but the rest of the class, you are not here, you just left your camera off, most chances are you won't get that participation on the 25%. 50% of the work is going to be for the asynchronous activities. This means right now, when we finish the first session, We will have performed different activities live, and then before next Friday, you will have different activities that you will have to fulfill and perform and upload it to Google Classroom in order to, by the end of the course, receive the 50% fully of your grade. And lastly, the final evidence of your work, that is going to be 25% of your final assessment, will be the practicum. Participants will submit 2 video recorded teaching. Participants will send their videos to the instructor. It is not made to record an entire lesson. I won't be asking you that. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of, it's quite complicated. What I will be asking you is to send 2 video recorded evidences of your teaching practice, including all the elements, the practices, the theories, the methodologies, the techniques that we'll be checking here in the course. Later on, I will show you the rubric that I will be using. I haven't finished it yet to include some features on it, but you will have all the information, so you can get ready about that. Is it okay to send the evidences from like now? Like you can tell me, teacher, I'm already working, I can do it by tomorrow. No, you will have to wait like the rest of the class until the final assessment is given, and you will have the same time as the others. Perhaps most of you will be able to perform it in one day. That's good, that's great, but it's going to be fair for everyone. Policies and procedures, we're about to finish. Attendance and tardiness policy. Students must attend 100% of classes to receive a record of participation for the program. Entering the class more than 15 minutes after will be considered absent. Take note on that. Next Friday will start at 5 o'clock, and I will be accepting students through the online class until 5:15. After that, you still can get access to the class, but you won't have your attendance. Assignments that are late will have 5% deducted every day they are late. When I mean late, it's like a minute late or an hour late or a day late. It's the same. You didn't reach the deadline. If the deadline was Tuesday 5 p.m., it's Tuesday 5 p.m. If you deliver your homework Tuesday 5:04, I'm so sorry. That's the policies. So pay attention to that. Check your classroom performance. Be aware that you know how to use it. Ask for help. You can ask for my help as well if you have any questions about Google Classroom. But let's just make sure you get your activities done and you get your paper done for what you're expecting to prepare for USICAM. Learning environment. This is quite the important one here. Participants are encouraged to speak English during the whole modules. This is an English teaching practice course, so the obvious thing is that for you and for me and for everyone, this will be an extra space to put our language skills into practice and to lose the stress and to lose the embarrassment and to relax about our performance in the language, and just go with the flow. Open your mouths, start talking, share ideas with the class, and that's how you will let me know you are here. You will have your participation ready. I'm sure this doesn't get any wrong by the past of time, is those students who participate the most are the ones who come into my mind by their name. It's quite logical, nothing personal, but come on. I will really like, and I'll be really glad to be hearing from all of you during the course, not only a few of you. Okay, so I think I'm done with this. This was like the whole course. Oh, let me go with the grades. What will be the grades you will be receiving for your work throughout the sessions, the activities, the assessments, and of course the practicum, the final video you will be asked to perform. I have this rubric of 5 letters, and those are the numeric equivalences, and it's going to be from A to F. Don't worry, I will leave this information about the course in Google Classroom so you can have it on mind and you can check it all the time. So it's going to be there for you so you can examine it in a more attentive way. And I think that's it. Right, let's move on. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Okay, it's there. And I'm going to ask you, I'm going to send a link on the chat from the call. And please make sure you're entering already. All right, I think that's it. And for the rest of you, if you're watching the screen right now, you can... Okay. Why it's not working? Okay, this is weird. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go off the... No, I'm sorry, I cannot do it because of the lesson is being recorded. What's going on?
Teacher, one question. We have to
Yeah.
go to the link and
Yes, please give it a click, and it's supposed to take you through through an interface, and it's going to create an avatar for you.
Okay.
This is how do you call it? An application, yes. It's to make interactive slides. I don't know what's going on with my computer. It doesn't show my sharing screen already.
Okay.
What are you watching right now? Are you watching like the video call or the share screen?
The video call.
The video call, teacher.
I don't get it because I'm sharing my full screen.
Teacher,
Yeah, teacher, it's like frozen. Well, now it's just black.
Oh my God. Let me go one more time.
teacher, could it be because we are a lot of people here?
You think? How many of you are?
Sorry,
It's-
31.
okay, yeah. I got scared. I was like, what? How many of you are? It's supposed to be 30.
31.
What do we do? What do we do? Okay, let's see. More than one. Yes, I did it. Can you see it right now?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
All right. Got it. Okay, we're going to begin just your deck application. Is anyone missing? No? All right. We'll go ahead. So we're going to talk about theory, earlier approaches and methods. This is going to be quite an interactive activity or presentation. So just be ready to write, to take notes. You're going to have to be sending information right away and then go back and then go back and then come back. And it's going to be mad. It's going to be crazy, but that's how I planned it. So let's go. Okay. I have 23 students inside, so I'm missing 7 people. If you
Teacher?
have, yes?
Me. We have to go to the link.
Yes,
And we have to return to your presentation, or always stay on only the link.
No, for during this periodic presentation, stay on the application, Carmen, because that's how you're going to manipulate some of the activities that I prepare.
Oh.
Teacher, can you what moment, because my connection is so bad.
It's okay. Yes, Carmen, forget about me. Just
okay.
Yeah.
It's because I have to return very fast.
Yes, just focus on my voice, like I'm on
yes.
and
Humberto's conscious about the
word. Yeah, like Pepe Grillo. Just focus on that. All right. So right now we are here on this question, and what you are going to see on your screen is going to be this stuff. Let me just go to a different slide, and I'm going to show you, because I just want to make sure we are watching the same thing. Peer Deck is going to take you through this first question. And if you have the chance to use this, you can download it on the Google Slides features. You can put it on your slides features, and it's quite an interesting, fun or different tool that you can use on your everyday presentations. So it's quite nice. as a student, you will be asked this question: how are you feeling today? I hope most of you will have chosen the green face. If it's the red one, well, thank you for being here. Still, your your mood or your sadness or whatever you're feeling, and stay tuned. Don't go. So, what you're watching as a student is this stuff. Yes, you have all these beautiful colors and all these letters and markers and highlighters and sizer of the marker and the pencil, and you have an eraser, and you have like different types of letter that you can create. I don't know. But going back to my presentation as a teacher, I'm going to share this. What I want you to do right now is answer this question. What's your story so far? Draw who you are as a trainee teacher or already a teacher. What are your characteristics, your features, your superpowers? Any idea, any symbol, color, form, figure that can give us an idea of who you are as a trainee teacher. And please, in order to identify your masterpieces, include your name, your city, and your state. All right?
Teacher,
Yes?
I need to draw my name, my city, and state. That it will be kind of hard.
Draw whatever you come up with in order to tell us who you are as a trainee teacher.
Ah, okay. Thank you, teacher.
Yeah. Whatever it comes to your mind. I mean, of course, you have the option there to use a text box. Use it for your name and your city and your state. But the rest of the answer, come on, let's get creative about it. It's 6:26. What do you say if we give you like I don't know. Is it okay? 5 minutes? Yes.
Yes, teacher.
All right. So it's 6:26. We'll wait 5 more minutes. I think it's going to be 6:30 or 6:31. And then I'm going to block your screens. Yes, be careful, because once I do this, you won't be able to draw anymore. So use your time wisely.
Teacher,
Yes.
which other thing do you need us to write it?
I'm sorry?
Which other thing do you need us to write in the board?
The only written thing that is going to be appearing will be your name, the city, and the state you are right now.
Okay, thanks.
Welcome. All right, I think we're ready. Let's do this. So let's see, who are you so far as the teachers? Yes. So if you see your name, go ahead. The space is yours. Are you there? The author of this? No? Okay. Oh my God, this is a good one. Okay. We're listening.
Okay, my name is Andy, Annette Romero Miña, and I'm from Oaxaca, but I'm studying in Tuxtla Gutiérrez, Chiapas. So I think I'm creative teacher, or I'm patient and positive person. I think I need a good observation to see how my students works. I think I have a good listening skill.
Right. Very good. You're a creative teacher. Which semester are you right now?
Fifth semester.
Very nice. Okay. Thank you. Is it Andy or Andy?
Andy.
Andy. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, teacher.
This is quite nice as well. Up you go.
Hi, teacher. Hi, everyone. My name is Adrian Escobar. I'm from Untitled Chapter. And as a teacher, I consider myself creative, honest, and I always try to find a solution for every kind of problem. And I know I am not the best in English, but I would like to learn a lot more of this language and have the ability to teach.
Perfect. Adrian, which semester are you in? Fifth semester as well?
Yes, fifth semester.
Thank you very much. And I really like that last part. You always try to find a solution. It means you're a practical person, and that's very good when it comes to teaching. Like, okay, let's focus on what we have to do to solve something. Very nice. Thanks a lot. Dude, this is quite cool. All right, I'm listening.
Sorry, teacher, I didn't put the name. So
Okay.
I'm Jesus Salvador Abraham Simon. I'm from Tixla de Guerrero, and my ability, I think, is to be creative and passionate with my students, and that's all.
I mean, I'm sure. Hey, Chef. Did you do this with your mouse pad?
Yes, with my pencil.
Oh, good. With you. Okay.
I like to draw a lot.
I can see it. Thank you. Thanks a lot. All right.
Yes, I am. Hi, my name is Nancy Patricia Villalpando Velázquez. I'm from Aguascalientes, Aguascalientes. Well, I consider myself a creative and fun teacher, empathic and passionate about teaching.
Empathic and passionate. All right. What's your favorite part of an English class?
Teacher, my English is bad, and well, I start learning. Well, I like learning this language and the model creative.
Okay, using creativity to learn.
Yes.
Nice, very good. I'm sorry, I don't know if you mentioned it. What are you studying for? Preschool, elementary, junior high?
The preschool.
Preschool, that's
Yes.
nice. Thank you, Nancy. Nice meeting you.
Welcome. Me too.
Diana, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Diana. I am from Mexico State, of Nezahualcóyotl City. Well, I think in my practicum, I try to use a lot of materials and games to make the students learn or help to students learn. And I try to use I try to encourage to the students to they can learn, and they can say the things, they can do the things. For example, when they want to tell me something, I try to support them to and support them to they can make it well. And I think this makes feel them a little bit comfortable, and I always try to show my best face to them, and I try to make the things with love because I love my students. And when they make something by themselves, I try to celebrate that, and that's all.
All right.
Eh?
Very good, Diana. I think one of your superpowers will be to put on a smile every time it's needed, right?
Yes.
And I have one last question. What is this?
It's a joystick, I think.
Oh, okay, a joystick. Got it. Okay.
For games. I am for 7th semester, and I teach English in learning and teaching of English in secondary school.
Secondary school, junior high. Perfect. So you're about to finish, right?
Yes.
That's cool. Thank you. All right.
Hi, good evening, afternoon. I don't know. Good evening, everyone. I'm Eric Ortiz. I'm from Escuela Normal Superior del Estado de México, which is located in Toluca, state of Mexico. I'm in a fifth semester. Um, it has been quite difficult for me to realize that what I actual want to do with me. But in this draw, the map is something I'm still doing to find new strategies or new things to develop myself or to boost myself. So in the fog means to obstacles and problems that eventually getting the different parts of a map, as you can see, I'll get success at the end of my goal, which is to end the career, my major, and to do some projects. I don't know, but in general, I'm a positive person. I like to spend time with my friends, and I like to play video games a lot and draw something, and I like to exercise. And that's all.
Perfect.
Pleasure.
Thank you. All right. Let's go with this one.
Hi, can you hear me, teacher?
Yes, quite loud and clear. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Hani. I'm from Natlacomulco, but I am living in Toluca. And well, I think that I am the trained teacher, smart, uh, lovely. The her is for lovely, and that line is because I'm energy, but I make and the muscles is because I think that I am strong, but I'm not looking like that. And I'm from this, and well, be energy with my students, and because I think that they are from the secondary school, so there are energy students, and that's it.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's go with this one.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot to write my name. My name is Aileen Annette Romero Miñan, and I'm studying preschool education in Tuxtla Gutiérrez, Chiapas. I consider myself as a nice trainee teacher. I try to show happiness in my internships, and to show my motivation. I want I want I want my kids to see my motivation so they can get motivated too. And sorry for my talks. um, and yeah, and I try to be sensitive and thoughtful with my kids. Thanks.
Thanks. I bet your dogs are like my dogs. Like they're always quiet, but like I think they're always thinking like, okay, this dude is about to have a class, bark a lot.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
yeah. All the time.
Just in the right time.
Story of my life, yes. Thank you very much. All right, let's go with Bertha. This is interesting.
Hello.
Hello.
Um, uh,
I think
honestly,
sorry, Bertha. I think we were losing you. Your mic wasn't on. Can you hear us? I think she's off. Are you there?
I think that she had problems with her internet.
Right. No worries. We'll be back to this chameleon interpretation. Karen Barrera, let's hear from you.
Okay, I am Ana Karen Barrera. I'm from the state of Mexico and I study in Nezahualcóyotl. And as teacher in training, I consider myself as a happy person, responsible, a person with a high sense of compromise with my studies, projects, and also with my lessons. And also I consider myself as an empathic and kind person.
Perfect. It already looks like a resume that you're ready for applying to a job position. Congrats on that. Okay, Erika, let's hear from you and what happened to your hair.
Hello, my name is Erika Hernandez Torres, and I'm from Zacatlán, Puebla. And sorry, I didn't enough time to finish my.
Yes.
Sorry. I consider myself happy and understanding with my students. I like to help those who need it most, and I think it's a challenge for me to be an excellent teacher.
Okay, thank
Yes,
you.
I would consider as a superpower to do more than one thing at the same time and to do things with a lot of love.
Got it. So you are like a multitask teacher.
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Lucky you. I cannot do that. All right, let's hear from Cynthia.
Yes, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Cynthia Fragoso. I'm from Pachuca de Soto Hidalgo. I'm studying la licenciatura en Educación Preescolar in Centro Regional de Educación Normal Benito Juárez, Pachuca Hidalgo. And I think my superpowers are that I am creative, responsible, kind, emphatic, and I love what I do in this time. Today I feel so shy because start something new make me shy. But I don't know. I think that's it, teacher.
Thanks a lot, Cynthia. It's it's a good symptom to be shy. It means we know we don't know everything, and that's very important. So thank you. This is a masterpiece as well. It's probably one of those like Picasso things, but I'm sure we'll get to the point. So please. Who's the author? Who's the Van Gogh who made this?
No? My name is Mariana Reyes. I live in Mexico City.
Yes.
My characteristics are I'm really crafty and outgoing when doing my activities. The superpowers I have are the ability to grade projects really fast, and I am invisible, as you can see by my drawing.
Yes, very good. Okay, so you're basically Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Nice. Nice meeting you as well, Mariana. Thank you. Let's go with Maria de Jesus.
Yes. Well, hi, my name is Maria de Jesus Ramirez Hernandez. I'm from Acapulco, Guerrero, but I study in Mexico State, Nezahualcóyotl City. I think I am a smart person. I usually use audios or videos in my classes to promote the skills in my students, because sometimes they are very shy or feel embarrassed. And I try to be a nice teacher. Maybe sometimes I can't, but I try. I really try. And I think my superpower is that I make feel comfortable my students.
That's really, really nice. Thank you, Maria. And I believe about your superpowers. Thank you. Okay, let's go with this one. Quite interesting. Very art, Nouvesque, Picasso style something.
Yeah, it's an ununderstood idea of the art. Well, my name is Ivan Castillo Peña, and I'm from Mexico State, or Estado de Mexico, and I'm studying at Normal School of Toluca, and I'm from Metepec City. And what about me, my teaching futures? I believe that I'm good listeners for my students because I noticed that they want to talk a lot. And part of the achievement of confidence is listen my students. And when I listen them, I achieve the good classroom management and good learning environment. And also I always support my students in the works and tasks. And to provide this support, I create a good a lesson plan to provide them the good idea and the guide that they need to achieve the learnings. No, and part of this it's from problems that I had when I was a child with my teachers, because they never provide me confidence or support to get the learner. And from that moment, I believe that if one day I will be a teacher, I will provide the confidence and support that my teachers never provide me. And I want to to use the inclusive education, because in my school where I'm practicing, there are many cases of students with learning barriers, and I try to use English in basic levels to provide them the necessary learning. And that's all. Yes.
That was quite interesting. Ivan, which semester are you studying right now?
I'm studying at 7th semester.
7th semester. Okay. You're about to finish, but I think it looks like you're quite ready. Thank you. Okay, let's go with this one. This musketeer or something.
Hi, good evening. Well, my name is Maria Jose, but I like that everyone calls me Bajo. I'm from Tuxpan, Veracruz, and I'm studying preschool education. Well, the throw, it's supposed to be my uniform for my practice. So that's it. And well, the smile face that I draw is because I always try to let out of the school of my province and be happy in front of my kids. Also, I have a lot of patience. For my practice, I always try to use music because my kids, well, in the kindergartens that I have been, the kids love to the music and they love to dance and sing. So I always try to use music in the beginning or at the end. It doesn't matter the time. And that's all.
That's all. I think, Majo, you and me will be really good friends because I'm a musical teacher as well. I use it all the time, before, during, and after the lesson. And I'm always getting bullied by my students because I'm always playing. Okay, perhaps for most of you, Coldplay is quite boring, but for me, it rocks. So I'm always playing Coldplay, and my students are always complaining that they're falling asleep. I don't care. I mean, it just helps me to get them into a mood of like passiveness working, but good for that. I think it's always a good idea to play music. Nice meeting you, Majo. Let's go with this one.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Jorge Luis. I'm from Gutierrez, Zamora, Veracruz. I think my principal skills as a teacher are be creative in class and activities, and I'm patient with children and friendly too, and I'm always show my happy side. And I'm in 5th semester of elementary education at CREN, Dr. Gonzalo Aguirre Beltrán in Tuxpan, Veracruz.
Tuxpan. Thank you, Jorge. So you are in 5th semester. That's why we have 5 different faces.
Now it represents children's, but I can't end.
Hey, I got yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks God. I thought you were going to say you have like 5 different personalities, but no, we're okay. All right. Thank you. Let's go with this one.
That's mine. Hello, everyone. My name is Edson Sanchez Arriaga. I'm from Rio Verde, San Luis Potosí. I'm not skinny like a draw. I'm chubby. So I'm a creative teacher, and in classroom I'm always trying to an innovative teacher, and that's all.
Thank you very much, Edson. Don't worry about the skinny part. Once you start working, you'll get there. You won't have time to eat. Carmen, you ready?
Yes, teacher. I'm a Picasso, a baby Picasso, I think. Well, I don't know how to draw with a.
Who knows, Carmen? Who knows how to draw?
Well, I'm not very common to use a pencil for drawing. So,
yes, it's okay.
Face to face I did it better.
I'm sure, yes.
Okay. Well, I was teaching English for a while, just for 2 years. Now I am in 5th semester in my major. I'm from Mexico City, but I live in Estado de México, en la Escuela Normal Superior de México. And in my classes, always use music and they sing songs, or maybe it doesn't matter what kind of music. Could it be classic? Could it be chants? Could it be whatever? But the idea is they have confidence to talk just a little bit phrases or ideas when they sing, and that's why I love that kind of videos and music, and I try to catch some topics or some grammar topics with songs or with videos. They are very, very good, great, and best idea to see videos, short videos. Yes. And when they catch the idea and they, after the class, they singing with their parents. I love that. So
I would like to see that. Yes.
Yes, I say, that's a good idea. And that's all.
All right, Carmen. I can see some of your like best features on your teaching practice, and yes, I'll keep that in mind since I'm going to ask you for a practicum now that I know what to expect from you. So thank you. All right, let's go with this one.
Yes, thank you. So my name is Kitsi Hernandez Romero, but I really like to know to say me Miss Kid or Kid, only Kid. I live in Toluca, and okay, I don't write all of the things that we have in my mind, but I say it in this moment. So for my features and characteristic, I am kind, talkative, cheerful, I'm so understanding and I think motivating for my learners. And I'm hardworking and commitment. This is it. Así.
Yeah.
And I think my superpower is to generate new knowledge and be an inspiration for my students to fulfill their dreams. And I think it's more important for me. The teaching, I really like it since when I was 12 years old. And it's my dream to be a good teacher and inspire to be others that they're learning and teaching. And so that's it.
Miss Kit, nice meeting you. Thank you. All right, let's go with this one. We're almost finished.
Hi, I'm Valeria. I'm from Baja California Sur, and my work isn't finished. It's a kind of mess, but I feel that as a teacher, I am empathic, observative, and I enjoy listen and learn from my students. Also, I try to be creative every day and have fun with them. And I like the fact that I can support the learning process of my students and see how they learn from me. So that's all. Thank you.
Thanks to you. Let's go with this one.
Okay. My name is Luis Fernando García Solís. I'm from Montemorelos, Nuevo León. I'm studying in the Normal. I'm in seventh semester in the primary school. So I don't speak English very well, but I understand everything what you say, teacher. So sorry for my pronunciation.
Don't worry a bit.
In my service, I'm trying to solve a reading problem, so I have practice because I am in charge. Patience, sorry, because I am in charge of sixth grade, and it is a somewhat complicated problem for the age in which the student are. For that, I considered myself a patient and partial and creative teacher. So for that, in the picture, the watch means that I am responsible for my class session, and the eyes is, I think, is my superpower. Is the face what I make when they realize something wrong, and I don't need to talk, to call their attention for it. Only do that face. They know they do a bad something bad,
So,
and if that they have a good behavior.
so you're basically like Mexican moms.
Yes.
Perfect. Luis, nice meeting you. This was okay, and don't worry about the pronunciation and all these measures to take into account about pronunciation, language stuff. This is a safe class, and we're here to learn. So, one advice: keep participating. It's going to help to your confidence when it comes to talk. So don't stop doing it. Thank you. Okay, we go with this one.
That is mine. I'm sorry. I was drawing a Scooby-Doo because I told like someone, no, I told that people think about Scooby-Doo when they hear my name because I'm Daphne. So then I just started to draw again.
Got
But
it.
anyway, well, I'm Daphne Melissa Nolasco Gonzalez. I study at BEM, Benemérita Escuela Nacional de Maestros in Mexico City. I'm in 5th grade. And well, as a teacher, I think that I'm really good listening and talking. I really enjoy talking to people. I talk all the time. I think that is a problem sometimes because some people are like, stop talk, please, you talk too much.
Okay.
But that actually helps me a lot with the children because they all the time want to know things. Like all the time they are asking for everything. They are like, why? So I think that helps a lot. I think one of my best characteristics is that I'm really funny and people really enjoy being around me because I'm a person that make you laugh all the time. Well, I think so, right? Maybe they are laughing at me and know about the things that I am saying. It's like maybe the option, but I don't think so. And I like to think that people are nice in general. I think my superpower is like I got ADHD, so that helps me to like understand some children with problems because when I was a kid, I had some troubles because that. And sometimes like people think that if you got ADHD or other problem, like you are sick and you cannot understand and you cannot study with people or you are not a normal person. So I think that is one of my superpowers. I am an artistic person. I really enjoy all the type of arts. I like to draw, I like to dance, I like to sing, even if I'm really bad. I like to play the ukulele, but my ukulele is broken now, so sad. And I think that actually helps me too with the children because I think that they never get bored talking to me or during my classes. And I'm actually a nerdy. I like video games, superheroes, comics, anime, and everything. So that actually helps me a lot. So I think like that is the most important thing about myself. Thank you, and nice to meet you, guys.
Nice meeting you too. And I think talking about being a nerdy or a geek, I think you are already on the other side. Like you have most of your students in your pocket because of that. So that's quite useful. Thank you. All right, we go with this one.
That's mine, but when I was writing my name, the time it was over.
Sorry.
I'm Frida Lizeth Garcia Cuevas, but I prefer Frida. I'm from Jilotepec, state of Mexico, but I study in the normal school of Atlacomulco to be English as a second language teacher. I'm in 5th semester, and I know my draw looks like a preschooler work, but I draw hairs because I think we have to love our work, and I draw a sun because I'm very optimistic. I'm always trying to be patient, and I draw a happy face because I'm always happy and trying to be nice, and the symbol of peace because I think the peace is the best answer, and I draw a equal sign because I think the equality in all is the answer maybe. And I think one of my superpowers, I'm very empathic and humble, and I always try um to talk about with my students about empower women because it's so important to understand this to maybe change a little bit, and I think it's all.
All right. So am I talking to a feminist teacher?
Yes.
That's amazing. Thank you. Nice meeting you. All right. We go with this one.
That's my teacher. Hi, everybody. Well, this is my draw. I'm not too good drawing, but I try. So, my name is Eduardo. I'm from the state of Mexico. I studied Escuela Normal de Tlacomulco, and I'm 21 years. I am in 7th semester. I think that one of the most important characteristics from me is that I'm empathic person, and I like to take the confidence of my students. And also, I like to work every time with music with my students, especially because I want to motivate them. I also like to listen Coldplay, and I think that I bore my students with my favorite band too. So I like to take the risks every time. I think it's very important, and just that.
Okay. I mean, I'm keeping the Coldplay thing. That's it. Nice meeting you. All right, we go with this one.
Hi, my name is Donna Heap, but I like to call Donna. I'm from Mexico City. As I study in BEM, Benemérita Escuela Nacional de Maestros, and I'm in fourth grade. So sorry if I only give some words to describe, but also I have some difficult to talk. I understand everything, but my speaking is more or less bad. So I describe him as a cool, dynamic, read, empathic, funny, and I like to understand my students so I can teach them. I know what they need, so that's so important for me because they understand the concepts. One of my dreams or my dream is to be a English teacher. When I was a little kid, always I said that I want to be an English teacher, so that's why I'm here. So I can learn more about how to teach in English.
Donna, nice meeting you, and I truly appreciate your effort when it comes to using the language. Don't worry. We're a safe class. This is a safe course, and the same as I told to your other classmate, use the space, use the space of the course to put your speaking into practice. Talk all the time. Talk to me. Say hi to me before the course begins. Talk to me about the telenovela that you're watching, or I don't know, whatever you want to talk to before we start the lesson. That's going to be quite helpful for you. So keep doing it. Thank you. All right. So let's go back to business because we have a lot of work to do. Something that I wanted to do with this activity and that I strongly recommend for your lessons, I think time management is overrated. Time management has to do a lot with how effective your class is going to be, depending on the amount of activities, performance, and outputs you can do during 40 to 45 to 50 minutes lessons. To be honest with you guys, I don't care a lot about time management because when it comes to making all your students visible, please always do remember this. Take all the time you need. Every time you're beginning, every time you're going through a mid-semester term to a mid-bimester term, whatever, take the time to make a pause and make sure your students feel visible to you. Make sure your students know that you know that they are in your classroom, whether it is through a name tag, to a color drawing activity like this, or anything. Just make sure to do it. It's quite important. And to be honest, if to people and to students in university classes like you, it does kind of make you feel more relaxed or confident or comfortable about the course you're about to begin. Now just imagine, how does it make feel a kid in junior high or elementary or preschool? So don't forget about that. All right, let's move on, people, because we have a lot of work to do. Okay, so let's go with this first activity. In your site, in your screen, you have this first activity. It says language learning theory. Brainstorm and discuss. Think about your own current theory of language. How does a person best learn a language? How can language be taught in the classroom? With the tool we're using right now, you can use the textbook, the text box, I'm sorry, that is this one. And inside here, you can, as you can see, write your own answer. Okay, so please feel free to do it. Think about these two questions. Your current theory of language. What is your own theory of language? Because you have to have one. You're going to be a teacher in some weeks or months or years. And I get it. We have all these amazing authors and theories and researches about language acquisition. But I think experience and confidence can give you an idea of what is your own theory of language. And based on that, how do you think a person best learned a language? And second, how can language be taught in the classroom? Come on, give me two short ideas because we have time in our backs. I'm not going to give you 5 minutes. I'm practically going to give you like seconds to answer this. And we're going to check really, really quickly your answers. All right, let's see some of the responses. The best way to learn a language is listening and then try to speak or trying to copy the words. After that, given theory. I don't like theory, but it has to be theory classes. I don't like it, but it exists for a reason. Let's see. Listen music in English and translate to Spanish and also read. Ooh, grammar translation method. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes, so glad you put that on the table. Talk and know the basis forms. Expose the language. Yes, we're going to be talking about that as well. Realia in the classroom. How can we skip those pathetic, no pathetic, I don't mean to be rude. Those, I was going to say lame, but lame is, it's not a bad word, but it's not very academic of me to say it. How to skip those boring textbook audio conversations and skip that and go into something more real and substantial and significant when it comes to talking English. And like, come on, people, if you're teaching and you're talking to teenagers about English, teach them how to talk English like a teenager, not like a robot. Maybe using audiolingual method. That's the one. I think a person learns a language best living the context because we are practicing every day. In the class, also speaking and sharing experiences. Well, that's why we're supposed to be creating learning environments in the classroom, because we know for a fact that outside the class, students won't be using English as much as we will love to, but that's the main reason. Playing, singing, and know basic vocabulary. That's the one for me. Playing, singing, and know the basic vocabulary. Like, give me a break. You don't have to know everything in order to start communicating something. With dynamics, music, where people have fun and feel safe and don't feel scared. Dynamics, activities, participation, watching movies, listening, that's the input that is quite important. Grammar practice, I do have to recognize I'm not a fan of grammar practices and grammar exercises, but it is quite necessary. I have to be honest, people. I'm not going to lie to you. When they are in context, they can practice the language. Yes, music, speaking, drawing. According to the communicative language teaching a natural approach, we learn by the exposing to the language and sitting the context. Yes, input. I think the best way to learn language is to practice a lot, talking with people. Podcasting, that's quite a good one. Study topics we like in English. Attitude, Suggestipedia, real situations. Yes, I think we have a very informed class over here. I like it. I think the best way to learn language is using movies, series. Practice every day. Thought by speaking classes, physical method. I haven't heard of this one. Might be the TPR, or this will be a different. You will let me know later. Activate previous knowledge, mimic. Language, flashcards. We're going to talk about flashcards as well. I think we're going to have the time. Do the thing that you loved. Make your own context. To be immersed. That's the word for today. Be immersed in the class. Listen to music, movies, people. Practice, theory, creating environments. Once again, I think the best way, English, direct method. I have had experiences with the direct method. I think it's quite essential when it comes to beginner levels, not intermediate so much, but it is quite useful. Ideolingual method, it's like, of course, like the best. And grammar translation method, it's like the one to avoid at all costs, but let's be honest, people, sometimes it has to be used. To learn a new language, it is necessary for the student to constantly interact. Recognition, interests, kids, learn better with things. What kind of things? Total physical response, that's the one. They feel good and comfortable. The best form that a person can learn a language is practice grammar, vocabulary, essential skill. Okay, we have another drawing. I bet this is the one from Netflix. So yes, I'm not watching right now anything at Netflix, but I do kind of waiting for the next season of The Crown to show up. And let me tell you what was the last show that I watched. I think the last movie that I watched is Pride and Prejudice. That's the one that I watched. One of my favorites, all-time favorites. Living the real context, the language, SAP, innovating activities, avoiding the theory is too boring. Yes, it is too boring. The headache of my days, how to avoid theory without being caught out. Because that's what my boss will do at Escuela Normal. Like, don't forget about grammar, it's quite important. And I'm like, yes, but what do you want to achieve at the end? Effective, interesting, creative teachers, or teachers that are going to use only a textbook? That's the 64 million question. Practicing daily. All right, I think we're ready to move on. Thank you for your answers. Now let's talk about this. What specific methods, approaches, and techniques work best in language classroom? Hold it. I think you have shared with me some of the methods. We have we have shared here the audiolingual, the TPR, the grammar translation, and so on and so on. Again, remember, this is a course just to make some refreshing ideas about the teaching practice. So as a trainee teacher, I would like to go with this one. Let's go with number 2 topic. Adapt, don't adopt. It's different. Not because only an approach or a method tells you to follow the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 step rule in order to teach English. It means it's going to work with your class, because guess what? Your class is in the city of Veracruz, where you have these beautiful sights and view and people, and that approach or that theory or that technique was applied in Paris during the 60s. So adapt, don't adopt. That's the key part over here. Keep that in mind. The purpose or the goal of teaching English is not to be replying every single step of those teaching theories that are out there. Those are just like an outlet, an output, a template, a blueprint of what your practice should look like. But it's going to, all the color into the practice, you're going to put it down. Thank you to your students. Like, thanks to them, it's going to make sense. Okay, so let's go with this first task, and it's going to be quite simple. Grammar translation method, general characteristics, role of the teacher, role of the students, weaknesses, and current uses. Teacher Humberto, I don't remember how the grammar translation method goes. Do not worry. I have your backs, and I'm going to send you a link where you can give it a click, and over here you're gonna find all these learning theories or methodologies over the last 150 years to teach English. So you're just gonna give it a click. Like, for example, one of you mentioned Suggestopedia. It's over here. You give it a click, and it gives you all the info that you need. So I'm sending you this link right through the video call. So you will have to be working between two screens, between two tags. The one with the methodologies or techniques, and what I want you to do is to give me the grammar translation method, general characteristics, role of the teacher, role of the student, weaknesses, current uses. What do we mean when we say current uses, people? Take a look around you, around your escuela normal, around your practicas, around your afternoon jobs. Where is it more visible or easy to identify the use of grammar translation method? Or is it more useful during these stages in this type of academic bilingual preparations? From my immediate environment or circle, talking about teaching practice, where is it more useful to see this method, the grammar translation method? So I'm sorry, this is a task to do right now. We have a few minutes. Give me one idea on each column. Don't sweat it. Don't stress about it. Just give me one idea based on the database that I send you on the video call. And guess what? You have to send the evidence of what you wrote. Take a picture when you finish. Take a picture, because you're going to take a picture to your screen or a screenshot on your phone if you are in your phone, because you're going to send this evidences to me later on Classroom. Okay, this is how it's going to be. Like, we're going to be asked to do some research during the session, and you will have just about when we finish, right at 8 o'clock, you will be asked to upload your evidences depending to the type of activity we have asked. Okay, so right now we are on the grammar translation method. We're not going to check your responses right now. I'm just going to collect your work, and that is going to be part of your participation. But since I made this like diagnostic about your experiences and your theories, now I know that most of you are related to the grammar translation method. In the meantime that you are working on this one, on the grammar translation method, let me go for the virtual class and make sure
Teacher,
yes.
could you repeat what are we going to do now? Because
All right.
I couldn't listen.
Take a look. Okay. Let me go with this one. On this task, you have over there the grammar translation method. That is one of the different methodologies we have in English, right? So what I want you to do is to give a brief reading or scanning, and you have to just give me one idea of the general characteristic of the method and write the information according to each column. What's the source that I'm giving you to check all this information? On the video call, I send you a link. That is this one. Yes, you're gonna find this one on the link. So you give it a click on the grammar translation method. You're gonna check the information. Yes, and then you go back to this sir, and you can write down all the information that you need.
Okay, teacher. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. What's going on here? Sure, loading your campus. Okay, let's see. Let me just ask you, can you all see this on your screen? Like the one that you can manipulate with the text box? Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
All right.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
So don't forget you have the text box over there down. So just put it over here and then you can start writing. Or however you want to write the information down.
Teacher, I have a question. We have
Yes.
to write our name?
No, not necessarily on the screenshot, on the form, because you're going to send your screenshots through Classroom, Carmen. So
Okay.
you'll be automatically there.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Welcome. How we doing, people? Can we move on to the next one?
No, teacher, not yet.
All right. Let's give a few more minutes.
Teacher, you changed the slide.
Sorry.
Me too.
That's it. How are we doing? Can we move on to the next one?
I'm done, teacher.
Yes, remember, it's just like a brief idea you have to write over there. I mean, don't sweat it out. It's not like a whole description, just like the glimpse of it. Let's go with the second one, please, because we have to take this evidence for this session. Some of you mentioned it during your answers, the ideas that you share. Some of you already have like quite clear understanding on what is audiolingualism, and please feel free to just write down what you know. Doesn't matter. If you want to go to the database online and just give it a check, like a fast glimpse, or just to make any possible misconceptions that you have, it's okay. But this is like a quite fast review of these foundational methodologies we're supposed to not know by heart, like from head to toes, back and forward, but at least we're supposed, or we're expected to have like an overall idea, and it has to be part of our day-to-day mental effectiveness when it comes to preparing a lesson or thinking about some of our activities that we are performing. And for those of you who are quite familiar, I think when I was talking to you about this, trying to skip this textbook conversation or audio files on the textbooks, that's what I was talking about when I am trying to explain this. The audiolingual method, I get it. It's there's a reason why it's there. There's a reason why it has been used. But I remember being at my escuela normal, talking to my mentor when I was preparing my thesis, and I was talking to her, and I said, like, okay, I get it, like the whole military background and all that, but so do I have to use it in the same way that I will be using it back in the military programs, or like what's the point? What am I trying to prove by modeling and inserting structure and non-flexible conversations to a bunch of teenagers that have no interest or idea when it comes to talk about clothing or the weather or hobbies? Like, why can't I just made up my own conversations about what some of you were just saying? Superheroes, comics, movies, video games, Coldplay, whatever. So for me, that makes a difference. I repeat, I get it. It's part of any syllabus and curriculum right now, but I don't think it's as much as effective as putting your students in the situation. I don't know. Every time I see something that it comes with memorization by heart, I don't follow it. But it's just my personal point of view and the way I work. So feel free to write whatever you want. How we doing? Can we move on to the next one?
Teacher, one question.
Yes.
Does we need to include the quotes?
No. Just go with your ideas. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't make it too complex. I mean, it's just like a drafting exercise. All right, Diana, we'll wait a minute. Don't worry about the I mean, yes, it has to be understandable and readable, but don't worry about the the amount of information you put in. Just give me your main ideas, your main understanding on this. And I'm choosing these three because, to me, honestly, in the public system, educational system, I think English classes are overviewed as like if the class has some of these features, most of people will think like, oh my god, like it's an amazing class. But I don't know, for me it's just like try to think always outside the box. But I mean, I repeat it, I get it, it's very important, that's why it's there. I mean, it's not bad, but the amount or like the speed of learning and input and stimulation that all the students receive all the time from social media, phones, iPads, iPhones, whatever, I think audiolingualism is just going off. Like it's staying way back in the 18th century, because communication right now it goes just beyond a simple memorized conversation for me. Just keep that in mind. Let's go with the last one. TPR, total physical response. For those who don't remember, this is like this is how you are enhancing your participation for session 1. You will be request.
Excuse me, teacher. Can you go back to the?
Sure. Yes.
So I can take a screenshot.
Yes. Don't worry.
And also the last one, please.
Thanks, teacher.
Got it. You want to go with to the first one?
Yes, please.
Got it. You let me know when you're ready.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome. TPR. One of the favorites, all-time favorites.
Teacher, can you put again the first one? I'm sorry.
It's okay, don't worry.
Thank you, thank you.
Teacher, could you give me 2 minutes more for the first one because I didn't do it?
Yes, Carmen, don't worry. And as I was telling you, I mean, I get it. Most of you have studied this, you have checked this in some other courses. But since we're talking about foundational ideas and practices about English teaching, well, I thought it was necessary to go back to basics. Basics are not always good, but I repeat, they are there for a reason. You might not always like it, but those are the oldies.
Teacher?
Yes?
I can see the same slide that you're sharing.
That's supposed to be the last one. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Okay, let's see if it works. Yeah, it's going to show the other way. Yes. This is going to be the other one. Yes. Like, are we ready?
Yes.
Thank you.
1 minute more, please.
1 minute. Yes, teacher.
No,
Got
teacher.
it. Got it.
Teacher.
It's okay. I'm just getting ready for my next activity. Let's see. Yes, I got it. Some mint. Very nice. Say the word again. Break the word into syllables. And, yes, I got it. Are you ready?
Yes, teacher, I think so.
Yes, teacher, I'm done.
Yes.
All right, we're about 5 minutes to finish, but I think we have enough time to continue. All right, thank you so much. Right away when we finish the session, I'm going to ask you to immediately upload your responses, your evidences, because that will be the equivalent to your participation, okay? That's like a control for attendance, and in order to know that you're still here throughout the whole course. All right, so let's go back. Let's continue. Another activity that you're going to find on Classroom, and you will have until Sunday to perform. Don't sweat it, don't worry, don't stress about it. You just have to answer one tiny simple question, and it's going to be this one that you're watching right now. From the grammar translation method, from the audio lingualism method, from the TPR method, are there any situations where you will want to borrow, like to take, adopt some of the techniques from those methods into your teaching? What are they? How will you use them? You can give me your answer like, okay, teacher Tarango, to be honest, I will be using grammar translation method, especially in this part during the lesson, because I need it in order to initiate my lesson, because most of my students do not even dominate or use Spanish in an effective way. So I have to make interference all the time. You see? So give me a glimpse of all these three methodologies, which techniques or which specific features you are adopting already or you are using your teaching practice. What are they and how are you using them, or how will you use them? Where are you going to find this question? This question, you will find it in Google Classroom, and it will be as part of the assignments for session 1. As I repeat, you will have until Monday to answer it. Any questions about this?
Okay.
No.
Right. Remember, it's just a simple question, okay? So you will find it in Classroom as well. All right, I might continue. Since we're talking about methodologies and like starting points when it comes to teaching practice, there is one specific term that is quite famous, or that is it is getting some attention in the last few years about the teaching practice. And there is a term that was like adopted or transferred from all this coaching and enterprising and companies assessment and coaching in companies, that it was called best practices. So now we have a term that is called best practices in second language acquisition. And we have a second idea that I'm going to share with you about, that is study strategies for English language learners. Okay, so I want you to follow me on this one. What is best practices? Best practices, according to Andy Hargraves and Michael Fullans in the 2012 book Professional Capital, Transforming Teaching in Every School, define best practices as existing practices that already possess a high level of widely agreed effectiveness. It means all the things that all teachers are doing, but in a higher perspective or with specific or more detailed elements that are considered like best practices. Semmelman, Daniels, and Hyde, some other authors in 2005, defined the use of best practices as those employed by professionals who are aware of current research and consistently offers clients the full benefits of the latest knowledge, technology, and procedures. Hargraves and Fulland, 2012. So, long story short, when we are talking about best practices related to methodologies in English, we are talking about, you can help me with that. I don't know all the words in English. In Spanish will be decantar, not like pulir, but there is this specific term in mining that it is decantar. So best practices is about decantar, o se trata de decantar estas metodologías, hacer este ejercicio que hacíamos ahorita, sobre todo con el método del audiolingualism, y quitar aquellos elementos que la práctica de hoy en día ya no necesita o que le son insuficientes. No porque hayamos tenido experiencias positivas de enseñanza hace 5 años, quiere decir que hayamos encontrado el hilo negro de la enseñanza del inglés y tendríamos entonces que apostarle a la perpetuidad de las metodologías. I mean, they are there for a reason, están ahí por una razón, pero luego viene este término de best practices. And best practices, it's all about taking into account what's going on in your classroom, and from there, adopting those methodologies into your classroom and try to do your best. That is one important matter and idea right now. Try to do your best when it comes to your language practices and your language teaching practice. Because the whole idea or The idea that sells us all the time, all these conferences and trainees and whatever, is like, come on, teacher, you have the answers on your hand. You have everything you can do. And it's like, okay, dude, I get it. I mean, relax, I get it. But it doesn't go like that for all of us. Like, some of you work in a quite far region here in Mexico. Some of you work in the cities. Some of you work with students that have all these different school supplies and features and devices. And some of you, like me, when I started, are working with kids that only show up to school with one apple in their stomachs, one piece of paper to write, and a pencil. Or in the worst case scenario, not even a pencil or something to eat. So when you take into account all those scenarios, I think those are the real best practices for me. And I have adopted this term into my methodology and my practice. The best practices will be the ones that possess a high level, and check this out, of commitment and interaction with your class. Those for me are like the best practices. I'm going there. Stay with me, stay tuned, don't go. I know it's Friday night, but hold your horses. Where to begin when we're talking about best practices? Stephen Krashen's, we have like three different scenarios. I want to get into this whole idea of the best practices and try to reestablish the status quo of English teaching in my school or in my area or in my country. So I have 3 recipes or 3 terms that you have to take in mind, and you better start reading something about these 3 different aspects. Number 1, Stephen Krashen's input hypothesis from his second language acquisition theory. That's the acquisition theory in 1981. That is like the Bible of all learning language programs or certifications or anything that you can come up to when it comes to learning environments. You have to read and you have to be aware about the work of Stephen Krashen's. That has to do a lot with Lev Vygotsky's zone of proximal development. I'm more related with that in Spanish because that's what I was taught in my school, las zonas de desarrollo próximo. But if you are really into this theory of Vygotsky and you have read and you have checked all the elements that have to be in your class, when it comes to taking these best practices and taking Stephen Krashen's hypothesis and then going with Vygotsky, it would all go like flowing in a really good rhythm. And lastly, we have the communicative language teaching, CLT. That is another term that I assume most of you have heard of it, as the theoretical framework for a best practices started. Okay, so I repeat, theoretical framework for a best practices starter. Okay, so that's it, kiddos. We're gonna stop over here. You have 2 assignments. Well, basically just one, because one you already did it during the lesson. You just have to answer the extra question that you will have on Google Classroom. And what I want you to do is to do your own research, and for next class, bring your main and your bullet point about these 3 starters on best practices for language English teaching. Stephen Krashen's hypothesis, zone of proximal development, and CLT, communicative language teaching. What do you have to research for? Whatever you can find. The term, the author, the beginnings of it, the periods, examples, whatever you can have Googled or on your personal library. Is it okay?
Yes, teacher.
Yep. All right. So lastly, I have to do this. I'm sorry. Don't think it's something that I have come up with, but I have to take like a whole screenshot of the class. So if you would do me huge favor to put on your cameras on, and let's share some of the the faces. Nice meeting you all. Hello. Let's just wait for the rest. I have to be honest with you. I was really nervous about it. To be honest, when I put my course up to the summit, I thought no one was going to enroll to the course. I thought I was going to have like 1 or 2 students. I don't know why. Perhaps I've been teaching at Escuela Normal only for 4 years, so I don't have like a quite experience in Escuelas Normales, but I do hope you have found during these hours something interesting, something that resonates with the way you want to do your work. How do you like to do your teaching? And I don't know. I hope to see you all next Friday. Stay tuned. I have your name, so if you disappear, I'm just gonna call to your escuelas and I'm gonna look for you. So don't do that, okay? So let me just take the screenshot. Put on your smiles, Friday night smiles, because it's Friday. And let me do it. Ready. Okay. Thank you very much all. Marijo, Jocelyn, Eric, that is over there. Ivan, Daphne, thank you. Carmen, nice meeting you as well. And the rest of you. And check on the activities. Take your homework and see you next Friday. Lovely meeting you all.
Teacher, I have a question. A quick question.
Yes.
About the activity, the charts that we did. How are we going to plot it? Do we have to take a screenshot?
Yes, the ones that you just fill out. Let me check if the assignment is already on class. I'm going to share the screen right here. Foundational. Yeah, so over here you have the question that I'm telling you about. Can you see it?
Hold on, teacher.
I see. Okay, you can see now. I can see now.
All right. So yeah, this is the question that you're going to answer. You have until Sunday. And this one over here that says adapt, don't adopt. Here you're going to upload. No, eso es rato. You're going to upload your 3 screenshots from the 3 different methodologies.
And adopt.
Okay, teacher, but the problem is I didn't take screenshots.
Oh,
dude. Yeah, I forgot, teacher. Sorry.
All right. Let me just go back to the if I can recall, if I go back, you will be able to see your response right now. Let me just share the tab. Hold on.
Yeah. Yes, I can see it right now. In grammar translation.
Can you answers?
Yeah. I already took a screenshot. You can put the next one.
Okay. Let me go with the next one. That will be audio lingualism.
Hold on. And okay. The next one.
All right. And then
done. Thank you, teacher.
All right.
Thanks so much.
You're so. Have a lovely weekend, you all. Any more questions? Anyone who didn't respond during the attendance list?
No, teacher. No, only one question.
Yes, Carmen.
3 minutes for go ahead and upload the screenshots.
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't worry. Anyone else?
Teacher, could you return to audiolingualism, please?
Got it. Okay,
Teacher,
hold on,
I
because
have
my computer has like a delayed situation, so it will be there in a minute.
Thanks, teacher.
It's there.
It don't wanna works because it's Friday.
I know, like the rest of us, we're barely working, functional. Look, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like, I don't know what are they selling in my street.
Teacher, could you change the first slide, the grammar method for
Sure.
expression? Yes.
The first one.
Thank you. Thank you.
It will be there in a second, okay?
Yes, that's right. Thank you.
Carmen, do you want me to change to a specific slide, or you have them all three?
No, I have, well, I suppose these are, well, I don't know how to regret and follow you, but after that, I tried to do it.
Okay, so you're rewriting all the chart?
Yes, well, I suppose they are, I have in here in my computer.
Okay, if you're having problem, I can just upload right now the presentation, the slides on Classroom, so you can download it, you can write it on your computer, and then you can send it to me if you're having trouble for taking the shots or the screenshots.
Teacher, thank you.
Carmen, or if you want to pass me your phone number to pass you the screenshots.
Yes. Let me check it. It's because today is Friday, so.
It's okay. I mean, it happened to my computer.
Yes, I have it. I have the screenshots, but I have to upload the Classroom, no?
Yes.
Yeah, the reason. It's because I'm not very fast, so I have it.
No, do not worry, Carmen. It's okay.
Okay. Yes, teacher, I have it.
All right. Any more questions before we go?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
The glasses. I forgot the word, but will be always in this. I forgot the word. Or
You mean that if the lessons will be always Friday from 5 to 8 p.m.?
Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that will be our schedule. Fridays from 5 to 8 p.m.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
You're welcome. I see some of you still. Any more questions, people?
Yes, teacher. And
Yes.
it will be the same link.
Yes, the one that I left in Classroom, Carmen, that will be the one because I have it on my calendar, so it doesn't change.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Can we perhaps make a WhatsApp group? Of course. If you be my guest and you want to do it, let me just send my phone. There it is.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
Will you share these slides on Classroom?
Just about when we finish the video call, I will put everything on Classroom. Yes, you will find it.
Okay, thank you.
For the information about the assessment, for you to check it again, please do check that, the evaluation bullet points, because it's quite important because we don't want any surprises. Okay, who's copying all the telephone numbers? Good luck with that.
I'm copying them. Don't worry.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Teacher,
Yes.
for the last theories we saw, we are going to search them. Like,
Yes. Go into your computer, or if you have any books about it, and go with the flow. Like, what can you find about CLT? What can you find about Vygotsky's zonas de desarrollo próximo, and what can you find about the Krashen's hypothesis of language?
okay, teacher, thank
Yes,
you so much.
that's, have a great weekend. Okay, Daphne, you're crashing. Let me tell you what we're gonna do. Once we finish the video call, the call is being recorded, so I get the script of the video call. I will leave it on Classroom for you, and then you can go with the WhatsApp group. Because you're about to cry right now, so don't worry.
Okay, teacher. No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. Don't sweat it out. I'll put it there in Classroom for everyone. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording. And